Hi everybody, it's Sally from Sallystampers. Thank you for joining me today. Today I'm bringing you my Peaceful Prince Christmas box. So as you can see, it is a lovely little box. I got a little bit obsessed with the DSP and literally put it everywhere. Oh my goodness, my dogs are driving me crazy. So yeah, I love this little box. Sahara Sand is the colour that I have used on this one and obviously teamed it up with the DSP. It goes really well with this mint macaron, I think, and this lovely gold touch that I've added here. This is the DSP that comes free with sale-a-bration, so £45, €60 spend. And as you can see, we have these lovely deers and then a black and red check. We have this, not sure how to describe that, but it's like trees, trees effect and a lovely stripe. We have the snowflakes and the check. We have trees and spots. We have snowflakes and tree kind of things. And then we have this one that I've just used, the Sahara Sand with the check and the reindeers. I love it. I think it's really pretty. And obviously I've picked the colours. I picked this one because it's just a little bit different. I'm going to go with real red today, just for a change. So we're going to go ahead and get these boxes made. So for your base, and as I always say, it's a basic box, so nothing too exciting. So 8 by 8, 21 by 21, and we're going to score all sides at 1.5 inches. So as I say, it's really easy. And then while I'm here, I'm going to score my lid as well. So I'm just going to grab piece for a shim, and your lid is 7 by 7, 18 by 18, and we're going to score all of our sides at 1 inch here. So we go round and do all 4 sides. There we go. Right, let's get rid of all of this. So I'm going to pop my lid back over here and bring the base back in and just make this up. So as I said, basic box, 4 sides. Then we're going to cut the corners into wedges, and I'm going really fast because I'm fairly confident most people will now know how to make these boxes, and if you don't, you can pause the screen to see what I'm doing, or check back some of my older tutorials that also show you how to do this. Okay, so that's the base done. And then just need some adhesive on these tabs here. So I'm just going to pop that into there. I know I haven't done the DSP, oh silly me, that's because I got carried away, you see. I don't normally do DSP on the bases. Never mind. Right, so that's my base made up. I'll do the DSP in a minute altogether. So the same for the lid. Let's fold and burnish all of our sides. Exactly the same scenario here. So we're cutting these corners into wedges all the way round. Oops. And the last one. It almost feels insane to be doing Christmas projects when it's this warm, but I don't know. I'll just do it anyway. Okay, so DSP. So I have 2 pieces, one that's going to go into the base of the base and one's going to go onto the lid. Both of these are 4 3/4 by 4 3/4, or 12.5 by 12.5. You don't have to put one in the base. I just think it adds a little bit of extra, makes the box extra special. So I'm just going to pop this into the base of my box. And hope that I can get it relatively square. There we go. And then for your lid, you will need 3 strips that are 4 3/4 by 3/4, which are 12.5 by 2. So I'm just gonna stick these on the sides, and as you can see, I'm using alternate. So I'm using the reverse of the paper for the sides, and then I'm doing the same for the base. And just pop those on there, and then, oops, and then I'm going to put the 4 edges onto the base, which is why you'll see that it's easier to do when it's flat. And these are 4 3/4 by 1 1/4 or 12.5 by 3.5. And then you just pop these ones on the sides. So pretty. Gets me quite excited for Christmas when I do these. Okay, so you can then see how the pattern works, and it looks really nice, I think. Okay, so the next thing I want to do, we don't have circle punches anymore. If you do have one, that's fabulous and you can use it, but I like to take notches out of the sides of my lids so that you can get your thumb in to take the lid off. I didn't have a circle punch, didn't want to get dies out and all of that crazy, so I found my heart punch, and I found that if you use the corner of the heart, it takes the notch out. How genius is that? So you actually still get those little notches, just use your heart punch instead. So I've done that. So now I just want to decorate this, and I'm going to do that again before I make this up. So to start off with then, why have I haven't got a colour for this, or did I? Yes, I did. Okay, I'm going with Pear Pizzazz apparently. So that's interesting. But yes, I think that will look quite good actually. Right, so Christmas trees dies that are part of the Whimsy and something, can't remember, sorry, it's still new. And the Whimsical Trees stamp. Oh, I just love these. I love this sweet, but I like the fact that I'm now doing them in different colours. So instead of using the pinks and things that are on there. So I'm just going to whiz this through my machine. Let's move the lid. So I'm going to have to use the big one because I am on my day of filming, and earlier on I actually snapped my plate on my little mini cutter. You see, it's got a big crack in it, so I don't want to reuse that, and I don't have time to find my new ones, so we're just going to have to go with the big machine for now until I've finished filming and can dig them out. Right, so let's just move this a second. So there's my tree. The next thing I want then is to get this, which is my swirly tinsely thing, and then these 2 trees that are kind of on sticks. Get off, thank you. So I've got those, and I'm using the silver foil. Now there are 3 shades to this silver foil. I'm going with the lightest, I think, just because I think it will look nicer. So I think if I am relatively savvy with this, I should be able, if I bring this big boy back in, I'll do it this way just so you can see. So if I pop him, oh, nearly, ignore me. I'm going to do this first. So where's that gone? Let me just move that. Adhesive sheets, they are worth their weight in gold, and certainly for this kind of project it will be perfect. So I don't want to waste any of my silver foil or of my adhesive sheet, so I'm going to cut that down because they will be cut out from there. But you have to excuse this, it is actually one of the old ones, but I still use it because it still does what it says on the tin. So, and then you should be able to see, yeah, so you can see your card through there, and then you just need to, if you hold it up to light, you can see through. And I'm just going to cut round because I don't want to use all of the sheet. And then I'm just going to slice down here too. That comes away because you then don't need it to protect the adhesive. And then unless you're like me and get adhesive all over the front of the shiny, you should be okay. So this makes it easier for it to stick onto your tree and you're not fiddling about. I'm going to waz these through as well because these are being stuck with dimensionals. So this just all goes through as one. Okay, so there's that. Those are the dies. Let's just get those off. Where's my... Here it is. Just use my paper piece. It might take your pick tool to just peel those off. And I'm just going to get this out of the way. And then you should just be able to gently peel this off out of the way. So there's my die cut out of the way now. So I'm just going, easing it down all the way. Then I'm going to do the same the opposite way. Just be patient, you don't need to rush this part because you don't want to be bending and pulling that silver foil out of shape either. Sometimes it's easier to start from the other end. Just press those out. Okay, so this should now be released from, as I say, it's a little bit fiddly, but it is so worth it. Here we go. Right, so here we have him. Come on, get off there. It just may not have cut through the backing paper very well, but once it's there, then you just literally pull the backing off. Again, like I said, sort of take your time, be careful with it. And then you've got that all ready to just stick on your tree. So I'm just going to start at the bottom here and just stick it on. And there you have your tinsel ready on your tree, which I am then just going to stick straight onto, oh, my adhesive's run out, get off, get off. So I'm just going to stick that straight on there. I have the beautiful white glittered organdy ribbon here that I'm going to use just to back my sentiment, which, okay, so I need my pear pizzazz back, need some basic white, which I have just sat over on the side, and then I need my whimsical trees. So whichever sentiment you want, I'm going to go for this one. So again, just pop that on. Pear pizzazz to obviously keep in with the tree. So I'm just going to stamp that just down there. And then get my trimmer. I'm just going to trim this down like so. I might just take a tiny bit off that edge as well there. Okay, and then we back this onto the purpose like so, and just trim this one, and then I'm just going to put a couple, oh no I'm not actually, I'm telling you fibs, because I want to put my ribbon down, so I'm going to grab a little bit of my tear and tape about there. Take your pick just to get that off there and pop that on. Then I'm going to use minis because I just want it to sit either side of the ribbon, not on it. Oh, I can hear children shouting outside. So that is just going to go over my ribbon like so. I might just trim this edge down a little bit. There we go. And then finally, these lovely little trees that I just need to take the trunks off because they're a bit too long for what I need. And again, just a couple of glue dots, dimensionals on the back, the minis. And then you can just tuck these under. So that one will just sit there, and this one will just sit there. And then last but not least is the adhesive on your tabs, just to make your box lid up. So I'm just going to make the bottom here and here, pop it on my box, tuck that in, and pop those together. And there you have your Peaceful Prince Christmas box. Thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you love these dies because they're amazing. Have a great day, and I'll see you all again soon.